It's time to dissect the Week 16 main slate over on Fantasy Spin. It's time to spin to win, and everything you need to know from matchups to players to numbers, we have you covered here. So stick around. Coming up next, Andrew Cooper, Colby Conway breaking down everything you need to know from a DFS perspective for those Week 16 Fantasy Spin contests. That is Andrew Cooper. Find him over on X at Coupe Fiasco. I'm Colby Conway at Colby R. Conway over on X. Coop, looking at the slate here, I had to get myself a nice little coffee from a local coffee joint. I'm hyped up. It's my third coffee, but if the caffeine police are out there, it's only my second. It's definitely not my third if they're monitoring. So I've been head deep into the slate, looking at projections, looking at numbers, trying to figure out what I like. There's a couple players that I certainly like, but let me ask you this right up front. Of the players in the 1 and 4 o'clock game, who do we need to spin? Who can't we win without?
Yeah, that's the thing with no Saturday games. I mean, again, it's not as bad as some of the weeks with like crazy bye weeks, but maybe a bit of a limited slate here. There's definitely some guys that I have ranked towards the top that are playing in just these games. Like, I feel like you got to get an elite running back. Like, I would love to get an A-Chan or Bijan. Because the tiers do drop off a little bit. Gibbs, I would take two. One of those three, if we get at least two of those guys, we're going to be in the money. I think you can cobble it together at quarterback. A lot of good quarterback options. Tight end is very weird this week. Weird matchups for Trey McBride and Brock Bowers. I guess the one guy who we can legitimately say good player with a good quarterback and a good matchup is George Kittle, and he's not on the slate.
Yep.
So again, with tight end, I'm cool with kind of letting the chips fall where they may. We need to lock in some good RBs here. So that's how I'm feeling.
Right there. If we go wide receiver, I'll stick with the Lions. Give me Amon-Ra St. Brown. And then the guy who might not be inside the top 5 projected that I'm really hoping for is none other than Mike Evans. So we'll have to see if we pull him up there. And you wanted an elite RB, and you shall get one in James Cook, but you're also gifted with the elite running back, but a rather putrid matchup as Cleveland is pretty tough on the run. So Cook's an elite running back. Does he check the box for you as someone we need to lock in here?
He does. I think we lock him in. Anytime you can get a top 5 guy overall on the week, you got to lock that guy in. And I have him ranked at 5, right? And again, McCaffrey's not going to be on this slate. So besides the 3 guys I named, James Cook is as good as it gets. So let's get him locked in.
And Cleveland's actually allowing the 5th most fantasy points per game to running backs over the last 4 weeks. I would not have expected that, but they were so good in the beginning of the year.
Teams figured out, I think it was the Jahmyr Gibbs game, right? Earlier in the year where they were incredible. Teams figured out that you could run outside on them. And then Jahmyr Gibbs had a good game. Travion Henderson had a good game against them. And people are basically just stopped running up the middle, and they're throwing to the running back more, running out wide. So I think they're going to figure out how to use James Cook here.
Travis Kelce. I don't know. I'm worried.
I'm worried. I don't think he's a lock, but at the same time, Minshew is a professional. And also this Titans defense, I mean, they only have one of their take the 3 corners and their 2 safeties of their unofficial first depth chart of the season. They only have one of those players, Amani Hooker. 2 of them aren't even on the team anymore. They traded away Roger McCreary, right? Like this week, like to put in perspective, they had Kevin Winston Jr., a rookie safety playing nickel corner, out of position, and last week he just suffered a season-ending injury, as did Xavier Woods, as did Mike Brown. They lost 3 more safeties. This team is, a mess. So I have no problem starting Kelce in redraft where you have him, but we're going to try and roll the dice on something a little higher here.
I'm right there with you, and I'm not doing 9 or JJ McCarthy. Algiers the wrong running back on that team that I want. Pat Bryant coming back is interesting. I don't think we need to lock him in on the first spin, and there's too much sharing in that LA backfield with Hampton and Vidal that I just don't think we can have them. On the first spin, I can't say, yes, I'm locking in Omari and Hampton if I want to win this week. I don't think that's the way to do it.
Yeah, if we want to see if we can get a tight end from the Falcons or Cardinals game. If this was our 9th spin, I might lock Kelce.
Yeah, but not on spin number 1. So we're going to run it back again. And I know you said you wanted a tight end from Atlanta, Arizona, but I think I'm just as fine with Jacoby Brissett. If you look at it here, I wrote about it over at Fantasy Alarm. Of Jacoby Brissett's 9 starts, 7 of them have gone for 50 plus. in the game total, because Arizona can't stop anybody, and Arizona can't stop anybody, and Arizona does a good job of putting points on the board, and they are as pass happy as it comes. So I know he's projected number 7. You got guys like Josh Allen, Jackson Dart, quarterbacks like that on the slate, but shoot, I'm intrigued by Brissett and locking him in, to be honest.
Yeah, because I mean, like, there's only so many. Again, even guys in his range, like Purdy, not on the slate. Drake May's not on the slate. Lamar Jackson's not on the slate. Matthew Stafford already played, right? And then on Sunday you have Jalen Hurts. When you really boil down who's available on this slate, he is one of the top options. It's like him or Dak. I mean, like, who would have been the chalk spin? Maybe Josh Allen.
Probably Allen. If I go to the contest, let's go just based on projections, guys ahead of him. You have Josh Allen, you have Herbert, Mayfield, Burrow, Prescott, Goff, and then Brissett. And I would take Brissett over at least Goff, Prescott, and Burrow without thinking.
Exactly. And Baker too, to be honest. Like, I don't think it's like I think the question is whether with so many similarly leveled quarterbacks out there, is it worth using the lock or saving the lock?
I guess how much better can we really get than Brissett? Because we just went through that right there. And while he's projected 7, we already moved him up to 3 or 4 at least.
All right, let's lock him in.
Yep.
We could always unlock him if we desperately need to use the lock on a position player.
Yeah, if we pull, we get into it and Bijan pops up in the flex and we're out of locks, I'll take it off Brissett, and that's okay. I'll make that sacrifice then. But until it happens, we're not going to do that. And I am going to say no to literally everybody else on the screen.
Yep.
Okay. Don't need to overthink it. So we do get Brock Bowers up there in the right. Bad matchup against Houston, but we said the same exact thing with Trey McBride. So I think at some point the talent wins, and you just got to trust the talent.
Right. I say we lock it, man, because it's like I have him still ranked 3. People, you can rank him 4 or 5. I really can't see a world where we rank him like 8 or 9. So let's just get him locked in and get that squared away when there's not really a like true have to have him guy this week at the position.
Yep. So we'll take Brock Bowers, and then Rashee Rice is an interesting name. I don't think we got the practice report for Friday as we're recording this, but with a concussion and a DNP on Thursday, I don't think he can clear it.
What's the projection? So for folks 11. That don't know on FantasySpin, if a guy doesn't play, you get the projection for him. I don't think that projection's high enough to risk it. If he was projected like 15 or 16 or something, then I might just take it and say, okay, you know what? We're locking in a nice floor and a possible ceiling, but I don't like it right now. I don't.
Yep, I'm not going there. And then we could stack Brissett with Marvin Harrison. I'm scared to death of Marv coming back off the heel. Who knows what it's going to look like? And I don't know if you can trust him. To be
classic player where if we get him on the last spin, we'll be happy about it. But not a lock.
Yeah, I would agree. And then the only other one there, we got Judkins there. Buffalo's been a soft run defense, but just the Cleveland offense just doesn't inspire much hope. And Judkins is going to get game scripted out of this.
Yeah. Again, as we get farther into this, maybe we start locking guys like this, but we want to keep as many spots open to try and get Achane, try and get Bijan. So let's keep all 6 spots where the RBs and the flexes can live.
Yep. So we're going to go ahead and spin it here. We don't want Pollard. Jalen Waddle would have been so good if Tua was playing, but can't do it. And I like Fannin, but I don't know if I really want Fannin as a flex player.
Not a flex player. Yeah, not a flex player. So let's move it. And Fannin also has a very difficult matchup. There's 3 tight end matchups I really don't like. That's the Texans, the Eagles, and the Bills. I'm just trying to stay away, man. I'm trying to stay away.
Yeah.
You told us before the season this Texans secondary was a real deal, and we should have leaned more into that, dude. You were right.
Hey, they were. If there's anything I know, it ends up being Houston defenses and Houston kickers. I have a good idea of kind of what's going to go on there, but I hope
on my show you call that with Fairbarn. Right?
That's right.
Fairbarn at home, Fairbarn in the dome, and
that's right.
Crushed for us. That
it
week,
it is money.
I have like 2. I have 2 this week. 2 this week. In my rankings, Fairbairn.
Yeah,
only
it's
Aubrey.
A great spot.
Aubrey got to go ahead.
It's a great spot, and if you look here, we do get Tet McMillan, Tampa Bay. 10th most fantasy points to perimeter receivers over the last 6 weeks. It's just, does Bryce Young actually throw him the football?
Right.
That's the question. Like, you can make an argument that Coker could outscore McMillan this week, and I don't know if I would really fight you, tooth and nail on that one, to be honest. So are we locking in McMillan?
No, I don't think we need to, man. I think at this stage, I'm still trying to stick with guys that are top 10, 15 at best. And like McMillan for me is more in that back end wire.
Yep.
I mean, not back end, but I'm talking. I think I have him like ranked 18 this week.
Mm.
So let's spin him away.
Yep. And
Maybe he'll come
then
back.
I don't want anybody else there.
No.
So getting to the nitty gritty here with 4 spins remaining. Yeah, there's Fairbairn. I don't know if we necessarily want him down there. You could do worse. I will say. I mean, they're going to move the ball, and they tend to have some red zone woes. So
Get
there
him
could be
off.
some field
Get him
goals,
off the
but
screen.
fine.
I
How
say we
about
lock London though.
okay? Good.
I say we lock London. I think he's going to play this week. He's expected to return, and
Yep.
I feel good about that. We got to start locking some guys here, right?
Yeah.
Like at some point.
Yeah, and he's a good one to lock. Great matchup too over the last couple weeks. Arizona's been abused a little bit by pretty good receivers, a la Nico Collins and a couple of guys weeks before. So I like Drake London coming back there. Brees Hall's interesting against New Orleans. I think there's better options, and I'm willing to risk it with 4 spins.
Let's risk it. Yeah, we need to keep some spots open because we need some big time hitters here.
And we are avoiding Brian Thomas against Denver, correct?
Yeah.
So we will go ahead and spin it here. We're not doing Woody Marks. How about Trey McBride? He is one of the 3 tight ends that if they come up in the flex, I consider locking them in.
I tell you, man, you know me, big tight end enthusiast. Why not go 2 tight end set, dude? Why not go with it? Let's see if we can tight end whisper this one for the fantasy spin.
Yeah, that's what we end up needing to do. We're not doing Woody Marks, not doing Jaden Higgins, we're not doing Pat Bryant, but we got 2 tight ends there on the screen. So we'll go ahead and spin it here, see if we get anybody else, and that's just simply not going to do it.
Gross.
We'll run it again. Baby. All right. Earlier we said potentially Judkins if it came back around.
I think this is where we got to use it, man. We got to use it. We got to protect ourselves, and then just hope on the final spin.
Hope he finds the end.
Anytime you make the final spin, it gets scary.
It is. Now, the good thing is if it ever comes down to the final spin, you don't want it to have it a bar of like, all right, well, I got Travis Etienne and I got like Dalton Schultz. And it's like, it's not a bad duo. You can do worse. You can also do better. I feel pretty confident that we can do better than Pat Bryant and Chimere DK.
I 100%. So this one, it's not a question. Sometimes I do just take the easy way out, but we got to spin it here. Spinning's more fun.
Can we do worse than the 94th out of 109 flex players and the 42nd out of 43 receivers?
Yeah, I think we absolutely can do it. I mean, who knows? Who's 43? Is it Adonai Mitchell?
No clue. 3 tight ends. There it
is, dude. 3 tight end set.
3 tight ends.
Take it down.
Oh man.
I took down a Thursday night one of these, which I was very happy. And I'll tell you what, Colby, you know how I did it?
With Davis Mills.
Because
I was right behind you in that contest.
You're right behind me. That's right, dude. So anything can happen. That's the beauty of fantasy spin is that the spinning part is awesome, but also you end up with some of these lineups you might not build, and you're rooting for fun stuff, and anything can happen. So I love the 3 tight end set. Adonai Mitchell's got some upside, man. He absolutely does. He's got a bunch of games here with 8, 9, 10 targets. Judkins going up against a Bills defense that we watched the Patriots run all over him last week. That game could just be a run-heavy game. And then we have Brissett with London coming back. I mean, this lineup has all the elements of fun, and that's what fantasy spin's all about.
3 tight ends, 2 Browns, and then we have Adonai Mitchell against a team that plays a ton of single high safety looks, which is great for Adonai Mitchell.
Let's go.
There it is. So now we need to pick a little pick 'em here. So give me 1 or 2 players here that you're most confident in going over their projected point total as shown on the screen.
Let me see here. I was a little surprised that Drake London was set so low. So that's one. How many do we need?
Let's do 3, 3, 4, or we can do all 8. Shoot, who cares? Go for broke.
Hey, if Jacoby Brissett scores 17 fantasy points, it'll be the first time this year. This guy only scores like 23. You know what I mean? When was the last time I think in every game this year he scored at least 20. So
I mean, they give him 45 pass attempts a week, and they're always playing from behind. So absolutely. So those 2, and then oh man,
yeah, it's tough.
I'm intrigued by Mitchell, but scared of the quarterback.
Mitchell's the move, man. Because the other ones, I mean, like they're set pretty high. Judkins doesn't really get a ton of pass work, and then the tight end's got tough matchups here. So yeah, let's lock it.
Let's do that. So we'll do Mitchell, Brissett, and London to turn 1,000 tokens here into 5,000. So that's that's the winning lineup right there. That's all you need. 3 tight ends, 2 Browns, and Adonai Mitchell. That's the key to your Week 16 lineup. So Coop, Thanks for joining me. As always, let everyone know where they can find you and what you got going on here for week 16 and beyond.
Yeah, you guys know where to find me here at Fantasy Alarm. I'm the tight end coach. Colby's the wide receiver coach. All my articles are up over there. Sirius XM channel 87. I'll be on there tonight, 6 to 8 p.m. Also Sunday morning, if you're around 10 to 11, just getting everybody squared away. But yeah, Fantasy Alarm is where you find most of my stuff.
Absolutely. Make sure you're over on X. You can find him at Coop A Fiasco. You can find me over on X at Colby R. Conway. No better time to spin to win than right now in week 16 of the NFL season. So make sure you head over to the Google Play and the Apple App Store. Download the Fantasy Spin app today, and we will see you on the leaderboard. What's up, y'all? Hope you enjoyed the content. For the avoidance of doubt, please note that I, Colby Conway, am a DFS player entering these contests under the username Colby Conway. The strategies and recommendations in this video do not necessarily reflect the views of Fantasy Spin. Please play responsibly and visit fantasyspin.com/responsible gaming to take advantage of Fantasy Spin's responsible gaming resources.